Parenting. So with me is Nalini, and she's a professor and yoga. She's not accepting guru, but I call her a guru. So we'll continue with her. And Nalini, how are you?
Hi Jyothi, I'm doing
Yeah,
great. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. Yeah. So last week,
Yes.
covering on the part of parenting solutions for a couple of questions asked by people. So we are going to we thought we'll prolong this topic because there were many questions and also we were having many opinions from different people. So what is the second half? What are we doing now?
Just the continuation of the questions. By the way, coming to that part,
Mm-hmm.
many people say because I do yoga, I teach yoga, I'm deep into yoga. People say I'm a yogi. Finally, I came up with something for yogi. Yogi is actually
Okay.
the one who is one with the God, in the sense in their
Uh-huh.
mind. In their
Okay.
mind, they're still
Mhm.
alive, but they're one with the mind. In their
Okay.
mind with the God. So something that I came up with, which suits me, would be young, uh, optimistic,
Okay.
and a grounded individual.
Okay.
So
Young,
I'm a yogi
optimistic, grounded individual.
individual. Yeah.
Sounds good. It's very
I gave
nice.
my yeah, I gave
No,
myself
no, it suits you actually. It suits your
yeah.
persona also. It suits your
Oh, yeah.
persona.
I'm not that young though, but it's always good to consider ourselves young. Gada.
Yeah, we have to. You know what's wrong in that.
Okay, so again, this is specifically not just for parents, but everyone who is parenting, right?
Correct.
Parenting the children, any teenager.
Correct.
One of the most asked question was actually this one. It is about teenager. So
Mm-hmm.
it is confusing to advise a teenager on relationship, and
Mm-hmm.
many of us know and still remember, I hope, the feeling of first time falling in love. Anytime ever, Jyoti, please go ahead and add whatever you feel like
Of
to.
course, of course, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
So we all fell in love first time when we were teenagers. Come on, yeah, that butterfly feeling in our tummy, right? And when we see that girl or that boy, how we feel every time we see, we memorize, we remember that it's a cute
Yeah,
feeling, right? And we go
correct.
into fantasies of getting together. That is common. That is everybody. So it's not new that our young generation is falling in love, but
Mm-hmm.
this is how I've divided it into. If the
Okay.
person, or if your child, or if your niece or nephew has already fallen in love,
Mm-hmm.
has
Mm-hmm.
not expressed yet and
Mm-hmm.
expressed already, if the
Mm-hmm.
person is known to you, you have already expressed that your love. How to do, I'll talk about it later. If you haven't expressed yet, then build yourself, become so intelligent and so well known about your personality that people want to, or the one that you are in love, want to fall in love with you, instead of thinking that, am I good enough to fall in love for anyone? That kind of question. One of my friend, Praveen Kumar, he wrote this and I really liked it. Look intelligent, act intelligent, and be intelligent, but fall in love with someone with whom your frequency matches, right? And if you're falling in love with someone who is really charming just for looks, then
Okay.
probably the looks are gonna fade away, as we all know.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And if they're just charming, then you're just falling for a personality that you just came across. There are many more charming personalities out there. So and if you haven't proposed that person yet, you haven't committed, you haven't expressed your attraction for them, then wait a
Mm-hmm.
second, hold on. Instead of looking them through attraction, just give
Mm-hmm.
yourself some time and see, why do you really like this person. They say that
Okay.
in teenage it's just bursting of hormones which make us think like that. So just
Mm-hmm.
don't jump into the conclusion that this is it, this is the person forever whom I'm going to live with. That is too quick of a decision, right? And one of my friend, Aruna, she shared her success story. Would you like to read, Jyoti, or?
Yeah, share your story when you get time with them. Okay. Guide kids with your real life examples and hard work. Share your stories whenever you get time with them. Free feel free to share a couple of problems, adjustments, sacrifice towards a happy married life, and raising them as a good citizen. Interesting.
Mhm.
Should teach them not to be scared of any situations. Yeah, of course. Encourage them to share whatever the matter with at least one parent with whom they feel comfortable or closeness.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let them learn from their mistakes on their own. Finally, give them freedom and wings to fly. Really. And I'm really blessed with two daughters. Feel grateful. Absolutely. Having daughters is a bliss.
Blessing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So she also said that she was initially confused. Many of us are confused in many things that we do. Anything that newly we have to do, we live life only once, right? So we are confused in everything that we do newly, and yeah, initially we learn from our mistakes. We also learn from our mistakes, whether you're a parent or a new employee or a new anchor. For example, this one, new live show for me. It is quite a learning experience, actually. So
Of course.
again, I would like to request, Jyoti, I bet you will agree with me that though the questions were there and we gave our perspective and our opinion, we always
Mhm.
want the audience, whoever is listening to this video, please go ahead and give more your answers and whatever you think based on what we have said. If you want to add more, please feel free. Yeah.
Mhm.
So this one.
Okay. So before going to this meditation part, no, I feel that the earlier
Yeah.
section what we were talking on
Hmm.
young kids falling in love. To go back
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
I feel that whatever they get is just an infatuation. It's
Very true. Hmm.
it's just an infatuation. Like
Well
you fall
said.
in love with your top hero. Like when I was young, I always used to wonder that I should get married to Shah Rukh Khan. You know, that, you
He
know.
must be blushing if he hears you.
No, I told him personally that once I had an opportunity to interview him for a movie promotion. They Divane, that was a movie actually. So for Big FM radio, from South, actually, I was the only one who was able to talk in Hindi,
Uh-huh.
and he was very particular that somebody who knows Hindi should come and talk. So when he had come for movie promotion in Film City, my RJs are not very fluent in Hindi. They are good, but not as fluent as I was. I generally don't take, once you become to a top level, you're not supposed to take shows or do shows. Okay,
Mm.
that interview because that interview was played across all market, pan India. So we are
Mm.
in Gujarat stations like in Gujarat that here. So my voice will be played there. So they want somebody who wanted proper Hindi. So I had to do an interview with him. That was a wonderful opportunity. Then during that time, I told him. So that's how I think it's all infatuation what you get in teenager, and that's absolutely infatuation. It's not love at all. I feel
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what is.
Something that fades away, right? Something you feel high, uh, at peak, right? Strong at the beginning, but then it fades away as time goes by, right? You come
I
to your
don't think so.
senses.
It fades away, but it will always be in the head. It will always be. You will always compare. Say, suppose if you are having an infatuation at your teenager, or if you are around 17 and 16 years, you like a guy at a neighborhood, and you always want him to be a partner, and you're not able to go and tell him he's your crush. It's always that you'll always put an eye on him and do what is he doing, look at him, and then that's what all the teenagers do. I mean, and then they always compare anybody, the person later on in the maybe around 25 also when they're getting married also, they'll see all the qualities or the looks what they had on the first crush. That'll
That's
always be.
cute.
I don't think it'll fade away. But yeah, that first thing is always there. It's an infatuation, but at the same time, it doesn't fade away. I don't think so. I mean,
Uh,
how was I? I feel like that. I've seen many of my friends also talking on the same, but yeah. But
Yeah.
I think it's just an infatuation. It's not anything related to love. It's just
Yeah.
mental.
Just
It's more than physical. It's more physical needs, I think, even for the kids.
yeah. So try to know, sit and talk with your parents or your aunts, uncles, right, cousins, and find out what is it
Mhm.
exactly, whether you want to proceed on that or not, right?
Absolutely, absolutely,
This is not something that you can keep in your heart and hide forever. This comes out and you
absolutely.
want to do
I agree.
something about it, right? Uh, shall we go ahead with this?
Yeah, yeah. We'll go ahead.
Okay, so this is a nice, wonderful question. I believe that starting meditation from childhood stage is a good idea. But the thing is, children, you can see that in school, they don't sit still. They're always moving, right? That is called high prana. Prana means life force is moving very actively in them. That is why children are always moving. And it's a good sign. It's not a good sign to numb them down saying that they have ADHD and hyperactive disorder and giving them medicines and trying to make them numb and slow like that. It is not a good idea. We shouldn't do that to kids. Their high prana is a good thing. And that applies equally to meditation as well. Because
Yeah.
their prana is active, they're always moving. Sitting still and meditating is not an easy thing for them. So, what we can do is like maybe put a little object in front of them and ask them to stare at it for 5 minutes. 5 minutes is a good time to start with for the kids,
Mm-hmm.
and with open eyes, because closing eyes is very hard for them to focus because they want to keep their eyes open. And doing in groups is another good idea. And when they are doing meditation, they might feel sleepy after certain age. We also feel sleepy. That is because our brain waves go from beta to alpha, high frequency to low frequency. That is exactly the feeling that we get when we are sleeping. So we think that actually I'm feeling sleepy, I can never meditate because I always feel sleepy. It's only thing is we have slowed down our brain waves, and that is the best thing. And it's a good thing to start meditation for children above 16 years to begin with, and below 16 years very less time, and understanding that they are always moving. And it's okay if they're always moving. It's nothing wrong. They're still meditating. They're still able to focus. I'll tell you one thing, Jyoti. I have taught children yoga, and I've seen that the way children learn concepts so quickly, they memorize and they retain so quickly the movements, the names, the concepts, everything about silence, about Gautama Buddha, anything you say, they're like magnets. They remember things very quickly, so
Oh.
that gave me an experience. I could never teach my daughter when she was really little, because I
Mm-hmm.
always used to let her play. But I started children yoga much later when she was, I think, 15 years old.
Oh.
So I did not get a chance to teach her, but the experience was great. Teaching
Yeah.
children is a very satisfying experience because they remember very well.
Absolutely.
In fact, they have more focus than us.
Absolutely. I agree with you. Yeah.
Right? So this is another one about how to make a kid understand value time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kids are in their own flow, in their own happiness, right? But
Mm-hmm.
it's very important that when they get to college, they have to think about their future and things like that. I remember when I was a teenager, I used to be terrified of what I'm going to be in future, whether I'll be able to achieve what I want or not.
Okay.
How about you, Jyoti? Did you decide to come into media career a long time back?
I always wanted to come because
Uh,
uh, from my dad. My dad was also into films. He was directing films.
uh-huh.
So I always wanted to come into films. I always used to go to sets. So actually, I wanted to be an actress. That was the main thing. But my dad did not allow me.
Oh, you could have, right?
So, yeah, there are many people who said to come and act, but yeah, unfortunately, I didn't become an actress. I would have made a bad actress.
Oh, no. You're awesome. I mean, you still maintain that aura, charm. So you should.
No. I don't think so. So that's what I
Yeah.
mean. Yeah, I had an thing planned earlier that I really wanted to come to media.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I studied media and I joined in media. I worked in media. That was pre-planned. I mean, it was like from childhood. All three of us. My sister is also in media. My brother is also in media. I have an younger sister and
Hmm.
younger brother. Both of them are in media. So the entire family is in media, and I got married to someone who is in media already. So no, this actually. So
Yeah.
he produces films. So because the reason is we are all like-minded. We understand each other. So that's the thing.
Beautiful. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
very lucky. Well, it's really hard to make children understand when they are in their own happiness and in their own world, right? And one of my yoga student, he was 11 years old, and I asked him, if you can create your own future, what will you do? He said, I would create my own planet and take all my friends and go there.
Oh, so sweet. That's really sweet.
That means they, they really want to live in their own world, right? So
Absolutely.
understanding that, yeah, I would do this. They want to they want to follow our actions instead of words. So making a to-do list and we sticking our to our own to-do list and praising them of what they have done instead of praising the results. Oh, you got a good grade in the class, right? A grade in the class. Instead of saying that you worked really hard for this grade. So then that makes a huge difference. That means they always appreciate the work that is being done. So they will go ahead and work instead of looking for the results, saying that if I get
Absolutely.
this result, it will be great. Otherwise, it will not be appreciated. Always appreciate their efforts, and effort means it's time spent, and we making our own to-do list and sticking to the to-do list is always encouraging. And initiate conversations like what are your classmates doing, right? Especially me, I always looked at my friend who is now a medical doctor, and we always used to compete in the class. Now I'm in biology as well, working as a researcher as well as I'm a scientist as well as a professor, and at the same time I'm teaching biology. So we both are in the similar fields, but we used to really compete, and that really helped us come to this high level in the career, right? Wherever, whichever career you are, having a classmate who has a similar goal and working towards it is a good thing. And initiate conversations like, what is this postponing gonna do? How is it gonna help you, right? So this is a friend that I was talking about, Jyothi, Uma, my school friend. She asked a very good question. Would you like to read the question?
How to win over an argument with a teenager? Here, the word winning is used because the point on which the argument is based is correct from their perspective when it is not quite so. For
So there
example,
is a wink there.
yeah.
Like for example, the teenager wants 15-year-old wants a smartphone,
Yeah.
right? As an adult, we are like doubting when we see a teenager with a phone. Are they using it for the right purpose? Isn't it too soon for them to have a cell phone in their hands? It's a matter of concern, right? They could be doing anything good. They could be doing notorious things as well. So, and they put themselves in trouble. It's trouble for the entire family, not just for parents and themselves. So how is it going to help? So we have to, there will be a conversation. They will ask for it, and there will be a heated discussion, and there will be voices raised and all that. So first thing is, what I have seen is, whenever there is an argument between two people, it need not be between a younger and the older person. Whenever there is an argument between two people, the other person can sense our frequency. The first sentence we are saying, look, if you are saying that, itself is showing that there is a negativity in our mind, right? The vibration they can catch.
Mm.
So before we say even a single sentence, if we have to learn how we can control ourselves, or how we can see what we are thinking that will be conveyed to them before we speak, that is going to help. That has really helped me. I deal with students in and out every single day, not only yoga students, but also college students and research
Of course.
students, right? So interacting with people is the toughest thing. I bet you know already, Jyoti, because you are 24/7 with people, right? Different people, new people almost every day, right? New
Of course.
personalities. Some are
Of
really
course.
highly accomplished. What do you think, Jyoti? You want to
Of
add
course. Of
anything
course.
here?
Yeah. When it comes to this question of smartphones to 15-year-old, yeah, nowadays actually the parents are also buying for them. They're not denying it. They're not saying no, we can't get you. They are buying it and so giving it. I've seen many people having smartphone at the age of 15, 17, 16. And, we can't. There is no control. And if at all, if we do anything like, I don't know about there in US, but in India, if you see, the kids are very demanding. Very demanding. I mean, it was not like what we were when we were kids. Now, parenting is really difficult. That's the reason I think Nalini has taken up this topic because it's not easy as it said to be a parent. I mean, I'm seeing people around. It's really difficult. Those days, we were afraid to talk to our parents. We were afraid to do anything wrong. Now I think kids are also open to many things, whether it is social media, whether it is television, whether it is anything for that matter. So uh, they have an access to everything, and that's spoiling them also to a person. So that's what I
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has
So
to be
first,
stopped. Hmm.
yeah. So first of all, it's a frequency that they catch. They know whether we have decided inside whether we are going to give it, or we are still
Mhm.
deciding, or we are not going to give it, right? They
Okay.
already know because the sentences that we speak, they can catch it. They're that smart.
Very
Kids are
true.
really smart.
Very true.
So watch your frequency, right? Watch your thoughts and say things very carefully before you say anything. That way, they don't feel like that you are already opposing. When they feel that you are already opposing, then they want to resist more. They want to
Correct.
argue more. When they see that you are coming from a neutral ground, then they say that, oh, okay, she's saying something. Let me listen. Do you agree? Would it sound
Absolutely.
okay? Right? It's
Absolutely.
not just children, anybody, right? It is for anyone. And this is something that I was talking with her actually just recently about this person. This is a wonderful movie, Jyoti. I don't know if you watched this. Titanic main character, what's his name? The guy.
Leonardo. What is it?
Leonardo DiCaprio. He played the role of this person, Frank Abagnale. He's a real person. Name of the movie that was made on this person is Catch Me If You Can. Okay, so this person who was born in 1948 in America, 1948, imagine this is 2020. And in those days, he was born in 1960s and 50s. You know what he did? Without any degree, he was just a teenager without any degree. He worked as airline pilot, doctor, attorney, and college professor. I'm not kidding. You can look it up. That's why I posted his picture and the name also.
Oh
So
God.
he was asked much later, how could you do this? He said, I was a teenager. When you are a teenager, you have so much power and energy that you can do anything in the world. You think that you can do, and you will also do it. That is a kind of mindset teenagers have because their physical energy is high, and they're mentally nicely they're light, right? They don't have too much of burden on their mind, so they think that they can turn the world upside down. So winning an argument with them is not an easy thing with so much energy in them. So, but then later on, he was asked actually, would you like the charges to be removed? He later on started working for government as an expert on forgery and embezzlement and fraud after he was caught later in the days in his life. So later he said that, no, I do not like my charges to be removed because I feel guilty. Till today, I feel guilty. His son said that every night he used to get up. This person, Frank Abnegel, he used to get up and sit in the living room middle of the night because he couldn't go to sleep. He couldn't fall asleep because that guilt was killing him. So when he was a teenager, he did all these mischievous things. But
Hmm.
then later on, he started feeling guilty. So tell your children, tell the teenagers that, hey, do whatever you want to do, but make sure that you don't regret later. Yeah, I'm giving you the cell phone, but don't do things with this which will make you regret later, or which will make anybody regret, right? So
Absolutely.
those were the things I would like you to send a message to all the viewers. This is a wonderful information that is coming from audience, and this is a channel that we made for you, Jyothi and I.
Absolutely. We want your opinions on the topics and your point of view, and also share your response. And as she's written, share, subscribe, and like the channel, share the channel, subscribe the channel. So yeah, so that's the thing. That's the topic for the today. Are we winding up with this topic? And any other points you want to add on parenting or anything like that, Nalini?
Those were it. These are a few things that I wanted to talk about. And these are the questions from the audience that came. So I collected some
So nice.
perspectives.
Very
But
true.
anything more, they can put it in the.
Absolutely. Please,
Yes.
please put in the comment section any questions if you want to ask on parenting. Nalini will be answering all the questions whenever she gets the time for it. It can be anything. It can be for a teenager. It can be for a adult kid, or it can be for a child. So a small kid also. So you can ask any questions, and yeah, even if your kid is not going to school, even that kind of small things also you can ask her. For everything, she'll be able to answer it properly. So please put your questions in the comment section. We will be answering your questions as soon as we see it.
Next week, you wanted to add about next week?
Yeah, of course. Next week, why don't we make the screen normal?
Yeah. Go ahead, Jyoti.
Yeah, yeah, fantastic. So next week we'll be taking a topic on relationships, any relationships, whether it is a friend, whether it is a partner, whether it is a sibling, whether it is any relationship which is not your parent or not anything else, but it can be anybody else, because this parents is what they have towards us is an unconditional love. The same love cannot be expected from anybody. Trust me. You cannot have unconditional love even from your partner or your husband or your wife or your children. They will also not have love, unconditional love towards you like how the parents have. So taking it from parenting, I thought we can do on relationship, because I think most of us really don't realize that we all have conditional love towards all the relationships which we have around, and we have to live with them. We don't have choice. But sometimes when we get very agitated due to some relationships, then it's the right time to talk about it. So yeah, Nalini, so why don't you put a light on it?
What kind of questions do you think would be there, or what kind of scenarios
So,
will happen? Would you like to give some examples
see, for
on what
example, if
we
you're having a very bad relationship with your friend,
exactly?
too possessive, who's very possessive, and he or she doesn't let you to talk to anybody, that kind of relationship, or a relationship with your siblings who is very authoritative, or a very abusive relationship with your spouse, in which one of your partner is very abusive or who's cheating on you. So these kind of questions is what we are looking. And if you guys are having such issues, please post it. We will try to give you a perspective. This is not that we are giving you the answers. These are not the answers. We are just giving you perspectives and options to choose. If you like it, utilize it. If not, also it's fine.
Yeah.
So that's
So
what I.
I thought of doing this way. Right? Sometimes people are saying good things to us. When they say good things to us, how can we respond? Because keeping good friends, not repelling them away, is also important. And sometimes we don't know what to say because we are shocked, right? The way people come at us, we don't know what to say, right? Then what to say? When we don't know what to say, right? I think that is also a good tip that we can give, because
Yes.
you and I, being in the media and facing people, we have experienced those, right? We are going to give that. And also, when somebody is coming at you with not such a positive mindset, frame of mind, they already have something against you. What can you say so that they will not bring you down? And also, maybe, hopefully, right, saying something in such a way that they'll never come at you like that. And also maybe turn the situation around and say that, hey, what are you doing, right? Is it required? So things like that. We both will share our experiences when we dealt with people, Jyoti being in media and me being with students 24/7. In fact, right, it was a different experience. It's a unique
Absolutely. And one more thing
experience.
I want to add here, Nalli, is nobody does it intentionally, or nobody does it because they want to put someone down also. We have to think the person who's doing it also. They do it because the situations make them to do it. And we have to understand the other person also in their shoes. That's what we're going to talk. We're going to give it's not somebody is abusive towards. For example, if your husband is always shouting at you, he's not happy with you, he always complains on what you do, what you cook, what the way you dress, the way you look, then you should also think what is the reason behind it, and not feel that, Array, what? Don't put that pity thing on, or self pity thing. Most of us do that. It's not that. You should always think why the other person is also doing it. So that's what I feel, we should take that angle also, because nobody does it intentionally in any relationship, whether it is a friend, whether it is a partner, or whether it is a sibling. Yeah, they don't do it intentionally. They do it because there must be some hidden reason. So find out and try to clear it. And one more thing is, any relationship, try to be very frank. Take it, finish it off frankly instead of hiding something and not telling it. It's better to talk upfront and clear it off. And that's what I feel. So you want to add something, Nani, on this?
Yeah, one thing. See, the reason why we are taking example of husbands, particularly, is there is a reason. It's not that we are doing something here against spouse or anything like that. Okay. See, this is a common scenario. Tell me if I'm wrong, Jyoti. Typically, generally, women are stay home, mostly, right? From olden days, I'm talking about. Nowadays, yeah, 50-50%, both women and men work. But generally, right, even today, women are at home, they are not earning bread, whereas men go out there and they earn and bring back the money because of which the house is running. Because
Correct.
of that, they're frustrated and they always say that, look, I have to do this, without this nothing will happen, you're staying home. So those kind of sentences always come up, always
Correct.
happens. That conversation is very common. Do you agree?
Absolutely. That's what happens in most of the houses, that they don't
and
understand each other. Yeah.
and wives always feel like, what is this going on? I do so much work staying home, and why do I have to hear this as if what I'm doing is unimportant? No, it's not true. Whatever is running, it's a collaboration, it is a cycle, right? So they feel frustrated and unable to say anything, because they, somewhere in their heart, they have agreed that, yeah, it has been like that forever. Men earn, so they have upper hand. It's like, they have upper hand is just their mentality. They are having upper hand because we are agreeing and we are accepting. We are not letting them know that it is not true. Once they learn that it is not true, they will not say it. But then, did
Very
we do
true.
it? Did we even do it? No, right? So that is our responsibility to convey through proper words, not initiating any kind of tiff here, right? No friction, but nicely,
Ah,
smoothly conveying is important. That is where we are coming from.
absolutely, I agree with whatever Nalini is saying, that we should try to do everything smoothly, especially in relationships, because we don't want to break a relationship. It's heartbreak is something really, really worst. And yeah, I think this is the topic we are going to take on
Yep.
relationships issues. Will be the topics for the next week. And any questions on such questions on relationship, please do ask us in the comment section, and we'll give our perspective with the proper research. Of course, this Nalini is an expert in research, so she'll be doing a lot of research, and yeah, we'll be doing. This is the topic for the next week. So
Jyoti
yeah,
and I will come up spontaneously with scenarios. If
correct,
this is what is some person is saying, what you do, and
correct.
you will give the answer. Jyoti will give the answer based on experience, and probably I'll learn a little bit. I'm not that of an expert dealing with people as much, so maybe from research or from my
No, 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 no.
experience.
Nalini likes to
Right.
underplay things. She knows the every subject in details, because a person who knows yoga actually knows a lot, because they go into the depth of it, and they know what a person thinks also. So they can read minds also. That's something I've noticed many people who have learned yoga and are also teaching yoga, like Nalini, they know. And so I think that what she's saying is she's underplaying herself. Yeah, so she'll give her point of view depending on a little bit of a yoga perspective also, because that will also help many of us to come out of such situations.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Well, so many perspectives and many scenarios and wonderful answers, what you can use straight away from the show next week.
Yeah, and before we end, Nali, I'm just saying you now, CEO at healthhomeskin.com. You have to tell about this to all the people who are watching this show now.
Uh, I run my own business as well. So I
Okay.
do wear many hats.
Okay.
My bread and insurance here, for insurance we work, most of us in US,
Uh-huh.
because your insurance is very pricey. So when you work for a
Okay.
company pays you insurance, not bread
Okay.
and butter, because butter is not good for health, right? So instead of saying for bread and butter, I say bread
Uh-huh.
and insurance. I work as a faculty professor of biology and do my research there. And
Mhm.
then I teach yoga because I like to learn about life from childhood. I was inclined to learn about mind, life, different stages of life. What is the ultimate purpose of life?
Absolutely.
So I teach that as well. That is how I came across Jyoti, and this is what it has come to. And what
Mhm.
else? I do this online business. This is the third thing that I do. Earlier, I used to say that taking care of house and husband and daughter are also my jobs.
Okay.
But my husband said, "Are we a job to you?" I said, "No, no, no. Okay, I will stop saying that." But still, I'm saying it.
So it's a skin care, health and skin care, right? What are the products?
Exactly. Organic products, organic health products, and
Mhm.
all instead of Amazon, instead of going to Amazon, you can shop at healthhomeskin.com,
Awesome.
www.healthhomeskin.com. I
So
run
these
that
products
online
are
company.
personally, done by Nalini. So she has done it personally, and these
I've
products,
used it personally. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, she
I've been
has.
using them. Hmm.
Yeah, you have some of your products nearby.
Yeah, this water, it has oxygen in it, because when we are
Okay,
speaking, especially me, I'm speaking 3 hours straight. My classes are 2 hour 45 minutes. So it's
right.
hard to breathe while speaking. I don't know if you know this, but many singers and teachers, they die of heart attack because they don't breathe very much and they're lacking oxygen. So this water has oxygen, and some of the
Mm,
organic supplements. I'm born anemic, my body
mm.
cannot absorb iron very much, so I do take iron
Okay.
supplements with
Oh,
vitamin C
very nice.
especially. Nowadays,
Okay.
right? Nowadays, we have to boost our immunity. That's the only thing, because we
Yeah.
really highly doubt this vaccine that has come up,
Uh-huh.
COVID vaccine. We don't know whether it will really work or not, whether it is good for us or not, right? So keeping our immunity high. So
Yeah,
many
very true.
organic health products and many products, all kinds of products, toothpaste,
Yeah.
skincare, everything is there.
So people who have other issues like like something like PCOD and everything can also go and shop for women especially, and also skincare. She has written, so she's told us. So it's like skincare. If you're having acne, if you're having oil, too much of oily skin or dry skin, or so you can go and get
Yeah.
very organic products instead of trying something which has a lot of chemicals into it.
Yeah.
So nice to hear this, Nalini, and
Yeah.
yeah, we all will surely buy products from you, and we'll use it and give you the review on the same.
Thank you, thank you. Mainly, I'm actually this COVID has not happened, Jyoti. I was
Uh-huh.
really interested in Save Earth movement, how we are
Okay.
putting all the trash and the plastic waste into ocean, and we are killing all the animals. Seriously, we
Absolutely.
are we are killing. Killing is a bad word, but
Mhm.
unknowingly we are doing harm to our environment. And I
Very true.
feel like this COVID is just a warning by nature that, hey, what you're doing is not right. Sit at home and think. Don't go to work for a year and think what you're doing to nature, because
Very true.
you're doing too much harm to your own nature in which you have to live forever. So I feel like we all should really take care of our environment, and there are environment safe products like detergents and everything which are biodegradable, which will not remain as chemicals and harm our ocean animals. They are biodegradable detergents and cleaners. Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. It's interesting. So, guys, please log on to healthhome.com and check the product you
Healthhomeskin.com.
want to buy. Yeah. Health.
Healthhomeskin.com.
Sorry,
No
really
worry.
and see it. So log on to healthhomeskin.com and just check the products what you want and just buy it and use it and feel good. That's what is all about. When you go to when you buy a product, it should be first thing is you should feel good about the product. So
Yeah.
that's once it's organic, it's already there in your mind that it's organic. So just go and shop. So at healthhomeskin.com.
Hey, thank you so much. This is, by the way, for the US customers only. Sorry.
Yeah, and yeah, I want to make it clear. And again, it's not for the Indian customers. It's the people who are watching in India or any other countries. It is still not available in other countries. It will take time.
Yeah.
I'm sure Nalini will surely open up for globally also very soon
Mhm.
with with a couple of partnerships. I think she'll be opening up very soon globally now all the markets, and yeah, so that's the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. I'm
So
sorry I forgot to remove that. I didn't mean to put it there, but thank you, Jyoti. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for being so
no,
sweet.
not
In
generosity.
that,
It's so sweet that somebody is doing such works. We have to really promote them and talk about
yeah.
them. Why should we underpay things when we are doing something really good, Nalini?
Mhm.
I really appreciate the kind of work you're doing, and especially in yoga. I have to also share one of my friend I've introduced recently to Nalini, and her name is Pratima. I'm taking her name. It's fine. She'll not mind. So she has told me a very good review about her, saying that a lot of she was going through a lot of sciatica pain and everything, and that's when she told me, and we have been very close friends from last 10 years. And I told her that
Oh,
why don't you talk to Nalini? I took her in one of my shows. So when I told her to talk to Nalini, and now I think within a period of 3 months she doesn't have the pain at all.
oh
That I was
wow.
happy, and she
Good.
called and she said thanked me a lot, and I felt really happy that she was suffering a lot from this pain from I think many years, 5 6 years. She was really suffering with that, and when she said that it's not paining for me at all now, I'm going and traveling in vehicle. She was not even able to sit in the car properly for a longer hours. Now she's
Mm,
to work for a longer hours, 30 kilometers from where she stays. So that shows that when you really follow somebody who's really true to their work like Nalini, your things will be sorted. So thanks for that. I really wanted to thank you in person, but I took the opportunity to talk. Thank you on live sessions. So it will many people who need help. It can be any help. Somebody who's really suffering from back pain or arthritis or any other pain or any other issues. You can talk to Nalini and get some yoga sessions with her, and I'm sure you'll be sorted.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. And Pratima has been a great student. She never missed even a single session. That's the commitment I'm looking for. I always select my yoga students. And thank you for forwarding the one I was looking for. She's so devoted. Yeah, thanks.
I know. She's madly in love with you. So nice, Nalini. Nice to have a wonderful chat with you for this week. And next week, I think we'll be starting this session same time. Don't miss the show. And if you have any queries, any questions, put in the comment section. We'll be answering.
Yep.
Okay.
Wonderful. Have a great day. Oh.